And yeehaw! Greetings, everyone. How's everyone feeling today? It is the 27th of this April 2022, and I'm here again with a Final Events Energies update. So, last couple of days or weeks, more like it's only been a week from now that I deeply got redirected energetically to connecting with my godfather and my godson. And since these events occurred, I have written, a sentimental package letter explaining my position to how I came to the United States of America to investigate why David came into my life, mocked my mother, mocked us, called her a cult, said that she has to be unplugged, and said that, she has to get off life support, and started to talk to me about, alternative healing methods and homeopathy and naturopathy, organic food and everything else. So we initially had a plan to go back there, him and I, so that, he wanted to live in the house with me. I knew it wasn't going to be allowed by my family, but I thought that it would be really worth it to come and inquire about those alternative healing methods to bring him back and heal my mother. So it was a thing I had to do. On top of it, during my grandmother's funeral, which now I know my grandmother, grandfather, my mother, they were all assassinated. It was not it was murder in the ER with the medical fake people, Dr. Death and beyond. So by the fact that I placed, oranges in my grandmother's grave, and, one of the uncles was Shirley, he told the Druze rabbi to, open the space for me to present the fruit offering I got from her garden, because she was a gardener, on top of everything else, her diplomas and all her, hostess skills and everything else. She did marvelously, very magnanimous, magnetic, gorgeous, just brilliant lady. And I had to make that offering as a, just sign to connect her to the land where I was raised, and I planted every seed basically and every fruit tree, and I hosted every birthday party in the whole town since birth. I was the principal of the school we had for all the kids. I would check everyone in, make sure the teachers are not stealing, which they would do a lot. I was always that person. So obviously, since I'm a kid, nobody really likes me because I'm an authority figure, and now they can't even have me anywhere because the authorities now prove that they're frauds. So I'm on top of all the authorities quite now. So what's going on is I got guidance to make a package for my godfather and my godson, and I did. And then I, had another guidance to, retype the surgery and, include that and send it overseas as well. Since I don't have funds, they robbed me, starting from USPS, whereby there was a lot of people who was stealing documents from my box for Cristal, for, before then, for Tatiana, and before then it was at UPS that they robbed me for Cristal. So USPS and UPS and all of Hilton Head Island is a, literal troll land of thieves, that have failed mission. I mean, they're the fake 22. The dream was to actually, if you're wearing the colored t-shirts and running around and everything, at least it's for Christ consciousness, for the light, not just for ego. And everybody's pointing at me, and they're like, oh my God, it's here. They call me an it at the bar. They are all super childish. They are just really retarded people. They are all programmed. They are all little Cordobas and little Christines running around in shame. Oh my God, I lit the whole place. I would walk the ocean every day, years. I've lived everywhere. I used to raise up the frequency everywhere I go, and I still do, but they don't want that. They like to be little thieves that kick me out because I'm beautiful, because I'm a woman, because I'm dancing. When I dance, they go, get out of here! The bartenders treat me like shit. Everybody treats me like shit. This is honestly, and I'm talking to you everyone, wherever you are. If you are in a ditch in Pakistan, know that you are way luckier than any of these fraud, broad, fake for brain, fake rich thief people. So the package was made, it was sent overseas. I am totally praying that he performs the surgery on himself, and my godson, the kid as well, and whoever is in the mix, Marianne, anyone is welcome. That is my gift offering to you all. Thank you for receiving and practicing for the gates of heaven to finally open. I am totally rooting for like the Phoenix 11th, like soon as they get their shift, miracle shift, and like divine identities, because this is not going to stop here. I mean, there's no way that this story ends this way. There is no way, absolutely, by any planets, like any configuration. This is not the way things go. So provided the fact that he performs the surgery on himself and gets to work, which we have a very philosophical intent, him and I. Like, he was the man who was there during my master's a thesis, when I had to like isolate myself for a whole year, and I was reading like all Freud and all these philosophers, Kant and etc. I'm not even gonna state the whole ordeal, but he would like be my copywriter, not copywriter, but because my narrational style is a tad provocative sometimes and just very raw, and so he helps me present myself in a light to where the message is more diplomatic. And I've had my differences with him, narrationally speaking and like grammatically speaking with our work, but he's definitely one of my co-creators since birth. Like I've raised these people since birth, like all of them, everyone. They're all my children, like for real. So hopefully it is well received in a timely manner. Hopefully USPS actually sent the package and Crystal didn't like exert her power over and like keep the packages for herself or whatever, which is really possible, because like literally people here, they do not have their own brain. They only like execute orders of like the people who program the masses. Because if they knew that I'm the actual resurrection and I really matter, and if you call me an it, you're calling yourself an it. Whatever you do is back on you billionfold all the time. So the packages were sent. I'm only praying for the best, because the fax machines wouldn't reach the numbers that I had on paper and on the internet. And they robbed all my contacts, repertoires, Jiva, just to trap me here as Dima, local beach angel, by all and any cost. So what happened yesterday, beyond the package sending, which I had to, of course, when Forsyth is involved, I guess it's like they try to like get me five, like the fake Jerusalem, because right now Israel is fake. Right now, like if they have the fake Dima Tabarawi running around and whatever else, the fake 5 October, it's fake anyways, because the real Israel comes from the heart of Palestine, like it comes from a real resurrection. The resurrection is the only hope for Israel. Without the resurrection, this is just a like piece of land that was, conquistadores, like some idiots from a bunch of nations decided to like prey on that land just because it has like the relics of the historical Jesus that walked this land, Jerusalem. It's just a fetish, it's a fetishist like fantasy thing. So they wanted to like go and reform it and pretend that they're the God people. No, Habibi, you're not a God people. Any motherfucker who erases a people to like force themselves to be someone they're not even is disgusting. Israel currently is a fake nation, and it is a highly terrorist nation as a matter of fact as well. So there is no hope but for the truth to come out. So whoever made this plan to steal my resurrection, to force me to, be like the Ashley, like back to the ashes, stick me with my maiden name by any and all cost, whatever else, is not going to work. I am totally hoping for a complete breakthrough now. Whoever receives my package, please, everybody at Le Vent Soft, Le Vent Net, you're the people who wrote my recommendation financial letter before I came to the United States. We still have all the records at the embassy over there. You backed me up and you said that because I founded this company, which is like a catch me if you can sort of company with Leonardo DiCaprio, whereby they produce the like check machines for the whole region and area and everything. So, and since we created the coin in like Tiberias and whatever, that's the lineage that I come from. So, reclaiming my financial power totally. And I like asked them for diplomatic protection. I asked them to like send me, the new creation passport, which is a phoenix passport, like the resurrection, just for the resurrected ones. So like that's gonna be a special, like now we're gonna like have the wheat from the shaft. So like the fake federal world, you can keep running until you crash because you're based on nothing but thieves and lies and idiots anyways. I have already cut cords with the whole CIA, FBI, everything else, because like you really are dysfunctional people, which it is just what it is. So, all there is, I don't know the form it's going to take. We might have to, create like a digital third eye, recognition just for the awake ones, because like every one of us only has one name. Like there's no such thing as like 10 of that guy and 10 of this guy. Like the whole God thing, just kind of crashed basically because, if the God you serve is the same person who you allowed to marry one in my maid and one in my archaea to cause duality forever, and to then follow me to the Korean streets with some people in LA next to the Bikram Center who wore masks before COVID ever was, so that they can create COVID, so that they can kill you all, because they always knew. Because when I left HHI, you people here made pretend that I never was. And you did it very proudly and happily, because you're all envious little people who have not done the work, and you're just now inheriting the bounty of all the work I have done, just wearing the t-shirts of the Rainbow Tribe, and you're not even that, and you it me, and you're lousy losers, basically. And to all the bartenders and everyone, if you even follow the rules of whoever's calling you to tell you to treat me this way, if you are asking me, you are honestly degrading yourself at this point. So I don't even know how long I'm going to be here, because I'm hoping that they send, a ticket and, my new creation, like Phoenix Resurrection passport for Aurora, so we can start a new government for the New World Order, mainly new creation. Because anyways, the bride of Christ, New Jerusalem, in the gospel is said to come down from the sky. They never said that the geographical location is the same location as the old Jerusalem. So the whole thing anyways is a bust and a sham. Like New Jerusalem can be anywhere. I still have not, had cleared that direction on the exact location. Now I have had glimpses, which I will not share at this present moment. However, what there's also to mention is, anyone who conspired in, like, say he's going to try to meet me at this corner, and if you conspired to get me to go elsewhere or kept my wallet for these, like, to restrain me from doing it, or it's going to reverse against you anyway. So that's all I can say. And then, literally, like, I was literally returning back, out of the South, and after I did my package sending and everything, and I walked by the triangle, and then my phone had a private number calling. So that's normally when the police calls, and I'm like, I don't know what that was. I just responded, and I'm not someone to like trespass or cause, if somebody tells me you're not wanted here, I would not go over my dead body. Like, even if they paid me for a show, I wouldn't go, because I'm not a sucker, basically. I'm Empress Goddess, like a high queen. I don't like do these things. So long story short, like, they had this Georgia guy parked in a car in the parking. First of all, he was in the driver's seat, then he was in the passenger seat, like a little bit like further, and I like left the triangle area. I crossed the road. I went to the Riley's place where they had like a band outside, and they're like, you can't sit outside, you have to sit inside. But then they started to play my like songs like, oh, we are family, I got all my sisters with me. I'm like, I can't listen to this, I gotta go. I told the guy that's the worst song ever. Like, if you think you're my sisters and I lied, you're never gonna see me again. I will not address this. I already told House of the Future, like, how dare you. I already explained that the reason why I left was because my mother had told me in words, like, if my father cheats, she will not leave him. And then when I found out he was cheating, because I was using his phone and he received a message like from these people telling him stuff about their thirsty lips and stuff like that, and I freaked the fuck out. Like, you're staying under my roof, under my mother's fucking work. My mother's the one who built this building from scratch, so is my whole lineage of divine feminine goddesses, and then he's staying under our roof, and she only brought him in to like finally have her own power granted back to her, and instead he's cheating. So I didn't know what to do. I went to my uncle to consult, because I'm not gonna take a decision, because I was sort of being the mother of my brother and the like wife, but I wasn't sleeping in his bed or nothing, so it was very weird of a situation. And they had a lot of like, everything was on me, all the weight of them, like they put it on me, and they always, you know, counted on the fact that I'm always radiant and beautiful, and like I always laugh and smile, and I'm popular, and I have friends, and I'm smart, intelligent, beautiful, la 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 la. And then once this showed up on his phone, I asked the uncle, he's like, I would leave. Once he said that, like he said they would just get the guy out, you know, like leave. They would tell my, you know, to leave. So then I didn't want to tell him what I found because I don't want my uncle to kick him out, because my mom said she wouldn't. So that was not my position to do nothing about these things. So I figured, you know, that's when David came into my life and he started to speak with me and everything. And I said that information to my brother. And I figured that I'm better off leaving myself to like see them unravel for their own. Like, you know, my father's going to have to be accountable for his own wedding. You know, and then he was telling me that the priests of the Catholic people were like, yeah, if she's in a coma, you can see other people. And it was all false information, basically. You know, those priests are all fake. The pastors are all fake. And it's been proven already. You've all seen. Like, if any church actually marries someone else in someone else's name, that is telling every one of your daughters that you are useless. You shouldn't study. You should never do your homework. You should never listen to your parents. All you should do is just try to, let's just go be a sucker. Sit in class. Watch out for the hottest, most intelligent, cutest girl. And start to like bully her, bribe, do crazy things against her as soon as she gets her guy to fall in love with her. Put spells on him, start to put your menstrual blood in his food, take him and then kill her mom and steal her money. That's the only way you make it. That is what you are teaching your children. You are teaching your children that if they are actual good people that actually work to get the result of their work, it will never happen. So you're already broke. So already the dream, fake pipe dream of like crystal schools already, it's already, if you think an arche as a person who traffics people and gets them raped, that is like, really, you're insane, okay? So what happened was I then crossed, and then I had to exit this place. I went to the Spoke House. I don't know why the vibes were like a bit off. I didn't want to enter through those doors because like I'm not even sure. So I went back and I'm like, you know what? Like these triangle people seem to want something from me. I'm just gonna go like sit on the sidelines of One Hot Mama's, order one drink and leave. And then that's when they started to like further play with my energy and like play the music, because like Archangel Uriel normally is known to like, you know, sing to me, like, you know, communicate through songs. But now they're not doing it like in a healthy way. They're doing it in a way to like manipulate me. And I don't even know that he's doing it or Loba is doing it. So basically, I will continue in the next video because this is going to cut soon. Let me cut it.